Hello, Steve. How are you doing?
Hello, Rich. I'm doing all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm not bad at all.
Good.
We're a monkey down, aren't
Ah, yes. Unfortunately, Douglas isn't with us.
we? He's not with us, so it's just me and you driving the bus today.
Ah, so we've got no one to take the mickey out of or anything. No?
Nobody's taking the mick out.
Oh.
But I mean, we probably will do along the way.
I'm sure we will.
But there you go. So it's a bit of a quiet one, really. We've got a lot of bands at the moment getting ready for Wits.
Yes, indeed.
So we've been rather busy. But yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of things. There's a few things of people who contacted me.
Yeah, I think Chris has been
Yeah,
here, hasn't he? Chris Williams.
Yeah, from Benay Bridge. So
Yeah, I know the training band and the band Bach were, weren't they? On Bang Pier, weren't they, for 130th celebrations?
yeah,
And they had 48 members out.
wow.
So they must be doing really well, innit?
Yeah, that's good.
Brilliant, isn't it? You know. So yeah, and they're out again on the 24th of May for the Menai Raft Race, and they got an ensemble. Oh, I don't know what I was going to say then. They're going to be doing something on the half term for the Erdai Stedford. So they're keeping busy. That's good.
It does. It
And the old senior band are going to Dublin to the Blanchardstown Brass Band's 200th anniversary.
You did that very well, Steve.
Thank you very much.
I was struggling with that.
Yes, so there's going to be 12 bands there performing. So that's going to be a good one again, isn't it?
So they're busy, aren't they?
Yes, excellent.
So the raft race is on Sunday.
Yes.
Is it
Yeah,
Sunday? Yeah.
Yeah, this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. So get yourself down to Menai.
Yeah, if you're around that way, something to see. So all good stuff.
And thanks again, Chris. Hope it goes all well.
Yes, indeed. Hope the trip goes well as well.
And you know where we are if you need anything else to support. Yeah. And again, like Steve said, hope Dublin goes really well. So anyway, Steve, you've been busy, haven't you?
Well, you know me. I've got back on my bicycle.
You have indeed.
And I'm back on my roaming reporter.
Roaming.
Yes.
Roaming. So you've been out and about.
Yes.
So I think because we haven't got much on today, as in news-wise, because you haven't been contacting us, guys, you need to contact us on our Facebook, on our
emails, Facebook, any other way.
Any way you can contact us. Just
smoke signals, tom-tom drums, anything you like.
Anything you want us to put on to promote your band or anything you want going to get out there, we're available to do it and we'll gladly do it. So without further ado, here's our roaming reporter, Steve.
Right, well here we are today. A lovely day actually. It was. I think I've had all 4 seasons at home in Baggish, but I'm down in Kimmel Bay with John Powell.
Welcome to Kimmel Bay. It's a holiday destination. I live in a bungalow here. It's just quite close to the beach, so it's really nice to be here. And then when guests come, they always enjoy it. It's only 100 yards to the beach to have a walk in the fresh air. But it is blowing a bit of a hoolie right now. But
it looks good out the window.
Yeah.
So great to see you. Thanks for inviting me over to your house, bungalow. And it was really a chance to catch up with you because I think our paths have crossed over the years. But really, for if we could, trying to get your banding story of how you started and how it's evolved to sort of through your playing career, and then really a little bit about what you're up to now.
Yeah, thank you. I was thinking when you asked me to do this a few days ago, I thought you tend to think back over past experiences, and I started off in brass bands in Keighley in West Yorkshire, 4-section band. My uncle played in the band, but I didn't really speak to him very much. Eventually, in adulthood, we made a really good friendship, but we didn't speak very much there. My dad played in the band to I would say quite a low standard, and there was a very good conductor there, Don Jackson, who really inspired me, and I think a lot of us have those people, don't we? Especially early on.
You need someone to.
Yeah, and just remember Don Jackson's name, but just a fantastic, lovely guy, very musical, helped me, supportive. I think in a really modern way. And there was no horribleness either at all. It was just really, really nice. So I started there and just wanted to play really well in a brass band. And I respect brass bands a lot. Now they've changed a little bit. Some people say they're declining. You can also hear and see a real development in them as well at all levels, from fourth section up to championship section, and the standards are great. And what I wanted to do really from a young age is make a living from playing euphonium and playing in brass bands. I realised you couldn't really do that, supposedly, I was told. So I sort of tried to make sure I could do that. And now I'm 58, many years later, and I can look back on a good career that's playing the euphonium, playing in brass bands, and then doing other things like orchestras and other things as well. So brass bands gave me everything, really.
Wow, yeah. Well, it's fantastic as you say that. It sounds like early on you had that passion to make almost a living of it and a life, which a lot of people don't do. It's just another hobby, isn't it?
Yeah, like a pastime, and it's also been my pastime. But I did want it to become my career as well from a young age, and so. It's been a wonderful gift.
Yes.
It's a bit of a cliche, but an incredible gift. And to be honest, there was nothing really else I could do at the time in Keighley. It was kind of the only thing to do, apart from the usual rugby football things.
Sure, yeah.
I went to a decent school, secondary school, and my primary school was excellent. And there were a fantastic music teacher in the secondary school, John Pratt. And he really helped me as well. He's a brilliant accompanist. So when you're doing grade 8, you're doing the Horowitz.
Yeah.
He could really play it.
And
Not many could. Yeah. And so really inspirational. And he also introduced me and my friends to some great, popular music as well. I remember once he arranged the State of Independence, and the sax solo was on Euphonium.
Oh, nice.
And if you're interested, I remember when it came to the performance, he wanted me to play it from memory so I could be cool. So I had some cool clothes on, I thought, and I thought, well, I can't do this, so I stuck the notes of the solo onto my bell. And when it got to the stage, the lighting was low, I couldn't read it, and my eyes were going like bug-eyed to try to read it. So I just played it and kind of made it up. So that was a bit of an introduction to lighter music, you could say, and also trying to improvise, which I can't really do now. No. But John Pratt was a great guy. He introduced, in secondary school, there are not many secondary schools who have that kind of music teacher. I'm sure there's many that are good, but there's not many that have that expertise and also the ability to inspire a youngster. And I think maybe that's lost a little bit sometimes in schools presently with the way music services are going. But I've left that behind me now. I don't teach anymore. I taught for 30 years, but now I don't. I'm leaving that to other people.
Yes. That's enough, I think, 30 years, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I got some great kids, and now there's some students coming up to now in the mid-20s, 30s. One of them came up to me last week at my children's football match, and I used to teach him when he was 10, and now he's in the Marines.
Wow.
And then I've got 3 other students who are actually in the Marines military band. So I'm glad I've influenced some people like that. It makes the teaching side worthwhile. And then it's great if a player gets good and they've got a bit of a twinkle in their eye regarding doing it as a profession when they go into the military or as a military bandsman. I get really excited about that. That gives me my greatest achievement, really.
Sure. Oh yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Absolutely. It's one of the things. If you can inspire someone else to pick it up and grab the gauntlet and carry on, it is amazing, isn't it? Especially when you see them years later.
It's fantastic. It does make you feel older, but in the end, you think actually, this mantle that they're carrying forward, it was introduced by people like myself, but they're doing it probably even better than I did, and it just means that the whole movement, whether it's musical people who are musical go off to enjoy music as a hobby, or whether they go off to be a professional, but also the brass band movement. I think it's the only thing that's really going to keep it going.
Yeah.
And I'd like that to happen. I think we all want a legacy. If we've spent all our lives doing something, we want to leave a legacy, don't we?
Yes.
No matter what it is. I suppose I've had a tiny contribution to that legacy, but we all do it, don't we? Yeah. And listeners on your podcast, I would have thought they want to leave a legacy, whether it's helping another kid or improving the movement or whatever else. It's really important. There's a lot of people doing it. People like yourself in doing this.
There's a lot of people.
It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, so it's all good stuff. So you got through high school. So what did you do then?
Well, I tried sixth form and I couldn't handle it. Just being a teenager, I couldn't really hack it.
Yeah.
A bit lazy as well, right? And all I wanted to do was play the euphonium, and I couldn't really do anything else, and I didn't want to do anything else. So I went to Huddersfield Technical College when I was about 19, a year later than I would have normally gone, and so some great people there: Nicholas Childs, Philip McCann, Alan Jenkins, who was, I think, the leader, the chairman, or whatever the term was, and it was in Huddersfield. Great setup. Introduced me to lots of different music. Brilliant, actually. Only sort of A-level standard, but in the end, also joined. It's very good. Did Fiddler on the Roof, for example. I was a bottle dancer in Fiddler on the Roof, and that's just
as you do.
and now, funnily enough, those skills that I learned back then, and I did struggle with it. I had to have a hat on, and I had to have a bottle on my head because I couldn't dance very well. There was Velcro on the bottle,
keep it on,
and so my bottle was on a slant, and people laughed about it. Never fell off, even though I did this Jewish klezmer style dance. So, but did loads of things like that. Some Baroque music and things, and things. It was fantastic, really. I do wonder if there is a technical college level music thing that does things like that. Maybe there is. I'm sure there is.
Sure
there was something at Rosendale and with Richard Evans years ago. But played for Sellers Band with Philip McCann conducting. Did very well. We went from third section up to championship section within a very short period of time. Prior it was called Techol. So the band played very well and did some great recordings, commercial recordings as well. And did some great entertainment contests, some beautiful performances of some great test pieces. Contest music and reserve and pageantry, things like that. And as a 19, 20-year-old, it was a great experience. And of course, Philip McCann is a very high standard as a trainer and player, and I learnt a lot from him. So a little story: we went to an entertainment contest, and with Sellers, and we got there. It was down south somewhere, Cheltenham or somewhere like that, Milton Keynes, I think it was, and. When we got there, Thomas Wiest was playing tuba. Actually, we talked about him earlier. We got there. We were just about to get off the bus, and the boot wouldn't open.
Oh no!
And so I think if I remember correctly, Thomas was going to go off and get a crowbar.
Oh yeah, he was opening it, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and because all the instruments were there, and even the pads were in there, and the music stands. People say, "Well, we can borrow some instruments. We can do this, that, and the other." We'd come all that way, and in the end, when the driver saw somebody was going to wrench it open, he drove off and left us there. So all the band were left on the path outside the contest venue.
Oh dear!
So I don't know if anybody else remembers that, but I always thought it was funny. I don't remember what we did in the end. I think we eventually opened the boot. The driver came back. He was going to leave us there.
Yes, well, in panic.
He came back and eventually opened the thing, and we went on and did the contest. So that was a great starting point for me. Really good. But I had a bereavement at the time, so that made it a bit difficult. But once I'd done all those things, I moved up to CWS Glasgow, which now is called the Cooperation Band. So I had a great nearly 2 years up there, and we won the Nationals in 1990. So that was the initial, from starting off in Keith the Band up into, winning the Nationals at the age of sort of 21. So I'm very proud of that. And I always brag about it, which is a bit boring to people, but...
it's bragging rights with that one. I do remember a photo of you in the bandsman as well. Was that just before that, year before?
Yeah, it was just in between. Yes, it was, because Sellers were the first band to play in the British Open, because Philip, of course, had him out of it very well. And he we did the Grand Shield with Unvida Matalo, one of my favourites. And then he basically we're only second section then, I think. And so we were the first sort of lower section band to get into the Open. And we played in the Open. I think we came relatively high up. We didn't win or anything. But so that was a great push upwards for my career, to play Principal Euphonium in a good band. But that article is brilliant, actually, because they're absolute legends of euphonium playing, all pictured with a thing, and there's my young name there. I was so proud at the time, and I saw it recently, and I thought, wow, I mean, that is a good thing. But all the greats were there, and then just to be added to that illustrious list is one of my proudest things. And after that, I go off to try and. Well, I was up in Glasgow, and I had a great 2 years there. Brilliant 2 years with Howard Snell.
Yes.
One of the absolute greatest, if not the greatest. And then, after that, I decided to go to the Royal Northern College of Music and just push my education that little bit higher.
Sure.
So got a 2-1 honours degree there and 2 professional performance diplomas. So that's a long time ago now.
Yes,
so I've tried to do something with it.
Yeah, but what a foundation. That's a broad brush as well, isn't it? It's not just focused on one thing.
It was a fantastic foundation.
Yeah.
And lucky because I come from my family are immigrants from the Second World War. And so, we lived, my dad left us when we were young, so we didn't really have too much. So
No, to do
that.
Big, massive, isn't it?
And given that opportunity from brilliant places,
Yeah.
you have no money,
Yeah.
you've got a single parent mother, no money, living in a council estate, which is fine, it was a good house, but it's quite tricky.
Yes.
But to get yourself onto that next level isn't easy.
Yeah.
And I hope there's people who are helping youngsters now to get people through that, because otherwise we're going to lose that talent in brass bands, aren't we?
Yeah.
And I think there are people, some great people doing that. But yeah, I mean, in those days as well, I don't think there was so much help for youngsters.
No.
But I think there is now. But it wasn't. I was lucky that the people I was with and I pushed myself towards really helped me and was supportive. There were a couple of people who made it a bit difficult, but they toughened me up as well.
Yeah, sure.
So I hope that there are other opportunities for youngsters as well. So then after Cedar-less Glasgow, went to the Royal Northern, did pretty well there, and that was another level up again. Very difficult, and also we were actually the first brass band students to be invited, on the brass band course in 1990.
Sure. Yeah.
And so we were groundbreakers, really.
Yeah.
It was a bit tricky. There was a dozen of us.
Yeah.
But we had to fight the system at the Royal Northern as well. There was a little bit of prejudice, maybe, regarding our background.
Yeah, sure.
Our brass
Difference,
band background, as well as economic background.
Yeah.
And maybe our accents as well.
Yes.
Not many people there talk like some Yorkshire guy. And but an incredible group of people, including Mike Fowles, Duncan Byers, and of course Andrew Keegan, Paul Walton, two great euphonium players who also went off to have great careers in music. So I'll tell one story. Howard, Mr. Snell, we did a 2-hour session, once or twice a week in his office, and because the course was new, nobody really knew exactly what we were going to study. It's a 4-year course. And then it eventually ended up we just did the normal course that everybody else did.
Sure.
With heavy influence with brass bands and euphonium soloists
Right,
and ensembles. And then we just sat around and listened to him and talked about what we were going to do. And they were just incredible, just his insight into making a living from playing was just totally awe-inspiring. And then, of course, that gave me the idea that I wanted to set up a group.
Yes.
Which I've set up a number of groups, and then that's what I built my career on.
Yeah.
So that high profile, I think, high level chamber music playing comes from his his push.
Yeah. And what a push!
The best.
Yeah.
How lucky am I? From a poor working class immigrant family.
Yeah.
And then, I could...
to build
and I don't think I spent too much either.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money to pay for the course.
Yeah.
So, got a discretionary award and I had to work quite hard in pubs and things to pay for it. But, just incredible opportunity for anybody, including somebody from perhaps a poorer background.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely amazing, really. Yes, all in all. Good.
Well, that's the end of part 1 of the recording with John. Hope that you'll all listen to us in a fortnight's time when we'll hopefully have part 2.
Yeah, well done, Steve.
Thank you very much.
You get your roaming reporter roaming badge.
Is that like a Blue Peter badge, but better?
Yeah, I'll have to make an official presentation.
Super.
So that's it for now, guys, because like I said, we're mad busy at the moment. practicing, and we're never at home. Never got time to do these stuff, have we?
No.
So it's great that Steve went out and did that, and I look forward to in the second part.
So it's a bye from me.
It's a bye from me too.